Hello everyone, welcome to EPG Pathshala. This is Deepika Arora Medan before you, Assistant Professor, SD College, Panipat. In this module, we are going to discuss about group decision making. By the end of this module, students will be able to understand the meaning of group decision making, know the factors affecting group decision making, they will know the various techniques of group decision making and understand the merits and demerits of group decision making. Now let us discuss them in detail. So what is group decision making? It is an accepted fact that we need company not just because we enjoy being in it or one has to join some group if he or she wishes to survive in this society, but it may be because of the need we realize while deciding anything or taking any decision. Management experts have found that the decision taken by the individuals are always one-sided, while the decision taken by the groups were always better than that of individual decisions due to the fact that it includes every phrase and every angle. This is because the members of the group belong to different social circles and each individual takes any specific problem from his own angle and tries to solve it in his own manner. So, the management has realized the importance of group decision making. Group decision making can also be known as collaborative decision making. It is a situation faced when individuals collectively make a choice from the various alternatives before them. The decision, when taken, is then no longer attributable to any single individual who is a member of the group. The whole group takes collective responsibility for any result. Although no limits have been prescribed for the number of members in the group, but reasonably, the number is suggested to range between 5 to 10. It is a participatory process which involves some points, that is the following, which are analyzing. The members collectively analyze different angles related to the problem. Then we have considering. Various facts and figures are considered to find out why such situation or why such problems arise. Then we have searching. Searching for the various alternatives that may be applied to a particular situation. Then acting. They try to apply the alternatives to the problem and find out the outcomes if particular alternative is selected. Then selecting. After searching, the alternative which offers the best possible outcome is finally selected. Then reacting. Group members react if any modifications are required, the changes are suggested. Then evaluating. After modification, the idea seems to be final, which is finally evaluated by every member who critically evaluates such selected idea. Thereafter, accepting. The members finally reach a consensus on a particular idea. The whole process involves active participation of the group. The decision taken in such a manner is called group decision and the process involved is called group decision making. Now let us discuss the characteristics or we can say features of group decision making. So group decision making requires two or more persons. It is clear that the group decision making requires a group to take any decision. So it means that the group decision making does not involve decision taken by any individual, rather it involves the participation of two or more members for decision making. Second, we have collective effort. Group decisions can be taken in a better way if it involves collective efforts. It does not mean that every time decision is taken by an individual and the other group members show their physical presence only. Rather, the decisions require collective efforts. Third, we have delay in decisions. It is an accepted fact that wherever decisions are taken by an individual, they are fast as compared to the decisions taken by the group due to the reason that group decisions require participation of group members and their involvement moves the section of suggestions and the rectifications, comments, review of previous decisions, personal opinions which may differ from person to person. All this contributes to delay in decision making. Then we have better decisions. Due to the variety of opinions and suggestions and due to involvement of facts to which an individual may be unaware is covered during group decision making. Those facts which may not be within the reach of an individual may be presented by any of the group members during the process of group decision making, which ultimately results in better decisions. Then we have affected affected by various opinions. Group decision making involves the number of opinions of different members, and each member may have different opinion and hold his own viewpoint, which may be right or may be wrong. It is also possible that the fact which the members believe to be correct may not be correct in any particular situation. Next, we can say elimination of personal biasness. A decision taken by a group is always away from biasness, as it is a collective effort in which any personal preferences, if arise, are immediately opposed or modified accordingly. Then we have balanced decisions in the group. A decision taken by the group can be considered as balanced, or it is the middle point between two extremes. The reason behind such decisions to be balanced is the involvement of people in the group who belong to different social circles, having different opinions and suggestions. Then it is affected by majority. Sometimes it has been seen that the group decision making process becomes difficult when majority of people have the same opinion, but a strong and effective suggestion is offered by someone from minority. The suggestion doesn't get the acceptance just because the majority does not favor it. Then we can say active participation is required. Group decision making requires the support of all the members of the group who should actively participate. Then we can say covers areas left by individual. Group decision making process is at an advantage as the group covers the areas which may be left by an individual due to limited approach towards that area. Now let us discuss the factors which affect the group decision making. There are a number of factors that affect the functioning of the group. The group decisions are dependent upon various factors which are explained like demographics. Demographics of the group members, that is their culture, education level, income level, status, age, background, religion, beliefs, etc., affect the decision making process. The members of the group may have similar demographics or they may belong to different demographics. The decision making may definitely be affected by it. As the members of different demographics, they may have different approach towards any concept. Then we have time pressure. It is a factor that affects the group decision making. For a decision to be taken requires considerate efforts and gathering of important points relating to it. A decision taken in a hurry without going through the facts and important details regarding the problem may be definitely wrong. Then we have conflicting goals. It is a problem that is faced in the process of decision making wherein different members of the group wish to achieve a particular goal through their decision. If the members have different and conflicting goals, the decision making may be wrong or it may face difficulty. Then we have difference of opinions. Difference of opinions does not allow any decision to be taken easily. Moreover, the difference of opinion is a natural phenomena based on difference in demographics, etc. Now let us go through the group decision making methods, or we can say group decision making techniques. There are various methods that are adopted by the groups for taking decisions. Each method has its own merits and demerits. However, each one is introduced to remove the deficiencies of the earlier methods followed. Each method plays a contributory role in the decision making process. Out of the various methods adopted by the groups for the purpose of decision making, the most common methods we have learnt are as follows. First one is brainstorming. Then we have dialectical inquiry or didactic interaction. Then nominal group technique and the Delphi technique. We are going to discuss these four techniques of group decision making. Brainstorming. Brainstorming is a process which involves some members, usually between 5 to 10, who join in order to express their ideas on a particular problem. They are explain the problem or issue on which their suggestions are needed. They suggest freely and verbally their ideas on alternative courses of action regarding a particular problem. The situation is explained and the details and facts regarding the same are provided to the group members so as to make them capable of understanding the problem completely before the brainstorming session starts. The brainstorming session is usually relatively unstructured. Proper time is given to the group members to think upon the issue or problem. After that time, the group leader collects the ideas from all the group members. Usually, the group leader or facilitator will record the ideas presented by the members on a flip chart or marker board or a blackboard which is visible to the group members. The discussion on alternatives is allowed after all the members have completely utilized their caliber and no more ideas is generated at that stage. Once the ideas of the groups have been exhausted, then it begins the process of evaluating the utility of different suggestions offered by the group members. Brainstorming is a useful means by which to generate alternatives. The alternatives offered are discussed and evaluated by the members of the group and modifications are made accordingly. This process of modification goes on until the necessary suggestion and modifications are complete. The final idea is accepted for applicability on problem. So we have some merits of brainstorming. Generation of unique and creative idea is there. Complete involvement of all the group members is there. High number of choices we have in this session. Elimination of biasness is always there. So this type of process of generating ideas is very useful and effective in decision making in an organization, as they believe that the creative or unique idea is hidden somewhere in the various suggestions offered by each of the group member, and the best alternative can be generated in such a way. Brainstorming technique is very effective when the problem is comparatively specific and can be simply defined. However, for the purpose of dealing with complex problem, it can be broken up into parts and each part can be taken separately at a time. There are certain demerits of brainstorming, that is the hesitation amongst group members in criticizing others' ideas, development of grudges amongst members due to criticisms, difficult in case of complex problems, direction may go wrong if problem is not defined specifically or completely. In recent years, some decision-making groups have utilized electronic brainstorming, which allows group members to propose alternatives by means of email or any other electronic means such as online posting board or discussion room. Members could conceivably offer their ideas anonymously, which should increase the likelihood that individuals will offer unique and creative ideas without fear of the harsh judgment of others. Second theory, we have dialectical inquiry or didactic interaction. Dialectical inquiry is a group decision-making technique that is applicable in certain specific situations only, or where the decision is based on yes, no solutions. Acceptance or rejection of the proposed idea or project is the main basis of such decision-making technique. This type of association of members is required where the organization needs a solution on a major problem. Such major problems can be to expand business or not, to carry on with the existing techniques or change, to merge or not, to buy or not to buy some material. For this purpose, the group members are divided into two opposing sides which debate the advantages and disadvantages of proposed solutions or decisions. The groups are allowed to debate on for or against the decision. One team speaks in favor of the idea or acceptance of the proposal and the other one against it, that is rejection of idea or proposal. Each may have their respective advantages or disadvantages. Third technique, we have nominal group technique, that is NGT. Nominal group technique is another technique which is adopted by the organizations for the purpose of decision making. The main advantage of this technique is that this technique is highly structured. The brainstorming technique also hold good for the purpose of decision making, but this technique is more beneficial due to its structure. This technique does not invite criticisms as in case of brainstorming. Under this technique, the group members operate independently so that the risk of being affected or dominated by others' ideas is naturally eliminated. Individual creativity is high under it. However, the decision making is called as group decision making, but the members are considered as group members by name only, as they operate independently. The members prepare a list of their suggestions or ideas in written form. They are given proper time to suggest solution to the problem. After that time, they are asked to disclose their suggestion, which is written on a visible location on marker board or chalkboard or any blackboard. At this stage, verbal exchange of suggestions or criticisms are not allowed, so as to motivate the members to freely express their views. Therefore, this technique is successful and beneficial in generating higher number of alternatives as compared to the technique of brainstorming. After listing all the proposals on the board, the group starts a session of discussion in which each member is encouraged to comment on each suggested idea. The modifications, improvements or comments are now recorded. Once all the ideas are discussed, they are rated by the members. Members rank the different suggestions and the priority list on the basis of highest ranking is prepared. The decision getting highest rating is selected and adopted as the solution to the problem. The last technique and fourth technique is Delphi technique. The Delphi technique was developed by a rank corporation and is adopted as a group decision making technique in case of problems that are not specific but may arise in future. The members are asked to suggest and understand the possibilities of some particular situation. In this technique, the members are selected to suggest on a particular problem and are considered as decision making group on the basis of expertise or specialization they possess. It is also not necessary that they may meet personally or be physically located at a place while taking decisions. The suggestions or ideas are either mailed by the members or sent by any medium like email, fax or any electronic medium. The members are asked to provide their opinions in various indefinite numbers of stages, making it time consuming. The suggestions after each successive stage are collected, reviewed and evaluated, and the results are finally found out. Thereafter, on the basis of results, another stage of suggestions begins based on the previous results. The process gets repeated till the time a consensus is reached amongst group members. In this way, the groups arrives at the final solution to the problem. So, the techniques are over. We have some advantages of group decision making. First, we have high number of alternatives. Definitely, the group decision making has the advantage that it generates high number of alternatives, as different members have different opinions and suggestions which make a pool of ideas that is helpful to arrive at some meaningful conclusion. It should be remembered that two heads are always better than one. Then we have high quality of decisions. That means we have the benefit of synergy. Individuals of the group offer their suggestions and meaningful opinions to their best. Covering each aspect and fact related to the problem results in high quality decisions. When the decisions are taken jointly, the expertise or experience of each member could be capitalized to reach to an optimum solution. The benefit of synergy is benefited when the decisions are made in the group, as more ideas and opinions pop up during the discussion session. Then we have collective understanding and responsibility. Every group member is made to understand the problem. The loopholes, if any, are cleared and doubts are clarified, and then decisions are finalized and made applicable if all members agree on some consensus is reached. Then we have broad view. An individual may not be able to cover each aspect of the problem, but group may cover it broadly. Then elimination of biasness is there. When decisions are taken by the group, biasness which is possible in case of individual decision making ultimately gets eliminated. Then acceptance and commitment. The decisions are approved only after it is being accepted by all. Therefore, they are committed to achieve it wholeheartedly. then higher chances of success and higher rate of acceptance. Definitely it is. As it is above said, group covers every aspect and angle, so the chances of success are much more, or we can say the chances are greater. Sadly, we have some disadvantages of group decision making also. First one is higher rate of criticisms. The decisions offered by the group member is according to his own thinking and view about the problem. He suggests what he feels correct, but it is not possible that the other members may also accept it to be correct. They may criticize the suggestion being not up to the expectations. Then we have delay in decisions. Members may take time individually in suggesting their opinions. Group members may take time in discussing, criticizing, analyzing and evaluating the ideas, which may definitely take time. Group are generally slower to arrive at decisions as compared to individual decision making. Then we have difference of opinions. Every person is different and may have different opinion and point of view, which make it difficult for the group to arrive at final decision or solution. Then we have the feeling of dominance is there. Some members of the group feel uncomfortable to offer their suggestions on the problem as they feel dominated by some powerful members of the group. They feel hesitated to give any suggestion or may offer their ideas with a natural feeling of being rejected due to such a dominance. Then we have acceptance of decision not favored by majority. The decisions are generally accepted by majority. Sometimes such decisions are accepted which some minority members do not favor, which promotes in them a feeling of being ignored. Dissenting view of majority are suppressed and the alternatives are not fully explored. Then we have deterioration of mental efficiency. It is another problem faced in group decision making. The mental efficiency is enhanced if individual knows that he has to make decisions by himself without any criticisms. But in case of group decision making, the group think affect the decision making, which definitely results in deterioration of mental efficiency. Then we have the lack of accountability. No member of the group is ready to take responsibility if decision made does not yield expected results. And finally, the conflicts. Involving more members for the purpose of decision making may lead to development of criticisms, disagreements and ultimately conflicts. Requisites of an effective decision making. So let us discuss what are the requirements of an effective decision making. First, we need effective leader. Then we need optimum number of members and the members should be participating. That means we need participating members, supportive management, respect for each other's decisions with no criticisms and only suggestions. So let us skip to the conclusion now. Group decision making involves the opinions, suggestions, feelings and arguments of different individuals on a single problem. The reason for the variation in individual decision is the angle or side with which an individual perceives a particular problem. Management experts have found that taking so many opinions on a particular subject always provide a better conclusion. But on the other hand, it is also equally true that besides having merits of group decision making, sometimes such practice of involving so many individuals to arrive at better conclusions result in different types of problems and clashes that may harm an organization. So the management should decide the number and type of people to be involved in the group to arrive at better decisions. Thank you.